talk now?
Not now.
When?
After the show.
But,
No.
can we be honest to each other? Dead couple problems? Wow. Hard not to relate to, right? Anyways, let's continue our love trip with the second scene of tonight that comes from the romantic comedy Barefoot in the Park by Neil Simon. The next couple, Corie and Paul, after only 2 weeks of knowing each other, they decided to get married and live together in, let's say, very small apartment. They will struggle with the true reality of day-by-day life. Not so romantic, but still very exciting. The different personalities will create funny moments while they have to learn how to adapt to each other. Please give a big applause once again to our actors, Deeksha and Arun.
I'm beginning to wonder if you are capable of having a good time.
Why? Because I like to wear my gloves in the winter?
No, because there isn't the least bit of adventure in you. Do you know what you are? You are a watcher. There are watchers in this world, and there are doers. And watchers sit around watching the doer do. Well, tonight, you watched and I did.
Yeah. Well, it was either for me to watch what you did, than it was for you to do what I was watching.
You won't let your hair down for a minute. You couldn't even relax for one night. Boy, Paul, sometimes you act like a...
What? A stuffed shirt?
I didn't say that.
That's what you are implying.
That's what you are anticipating. I didn't say you are a stuffed shirt, but you are extremely proper and dignified.
I am proper and dignified? When? When was I proper and dignified?
All right. The other night at Delfino's, you were drunk, right?
Right. I was stoned.
There you are. I didn't know until you told me in the morning. You are a funny kind of drunk, Paul. You just sat there looking unhappy and watching your coat.
I was watching my coat because I saw someone else watching my coat. Look, if you want, I could get drunk for you sometime. I'll show you a slog and will make your hair stand on end.
It isn't necessary.
Do you know, last New Year's Eve, I punched an old woman. Don't tell me about drunks.
All right, Paul.
When else? When else was I proper and dignified?
Always. You are always dressed right. You always look right. You always say right things. You are close to being perfect.
That's a rotten thing to say.
without a jacket. I always feel like such a slob as compared to you. Before we were married, I'm sure that you slept with this tie.
No, just for very formal sleeves.
You can't even go to a candy store and ask the lady for Tootsie Roll. You have got to walk up to a counter, point at a thing and say, "Oh, we'll have that thing in a brown and white wrapper."
It's ridiculous.
And you are not. That's just the trouble. Like Thursday night, why didn't you walk with me barefoot in the Washington Square Park?
Very simple answer. It was 17 degrees.
Exactly. It's very sensible and logical, except it isn't any fun.
Look, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm too proper and dignified for you. Maybe you would have been happier with someone a little more colorful and flamboyant. Like the key.
Well, that would be much more fun than a stuffed shirt.
Whoa. I thought you said I wasn't.
Well, you are now.
I'm not going to listen to this. I've got a case in court in the morning.
Where are you going?
I'm going to sleep now.
Now? How can you sleep now?
I'm going to close my eyes and count Nietzsche. Good night.
You are not going to sleep. We are having a fight.
You are having a fight. When you're through, turn off the lights.
Oh, that's get me insane. You can even control your emotions.
Look, Corie. I'm just as upset as you are. When I'm hungry, I eat. When I get tired, I sleep. You eat and sleep too. Don't deny it. I've seen you.
Not in the middle of a crisis.
What crisis? You're just yelling a little.
You don't consider this a crisis? Our whole marriage hangs in a balance.
It does? When did that happen?
Just now. It's suddenly very clear to me that you and I have absolutely nothing in common.
Why? Because I refuse to walk barefoot in the park in winter? You haven't got a case, Corie. Adultery, yes. Cold feet, no.
You won't discuss it. You are afraid to discuss it. I married a coward.
Corie, there is one thing which I've learned in court. Be careful when you're tired and angry, because you will say something which you will soon regret. I'm now tired and angry.
And a coward.
And now I will say something which I will soon regret. Okay, Corie, maybe you're right. Maybe we have nothing in common. Maybe we rushed into the marriage a little too fast. Maybe love isn't enough. Maybe two people don't have to be checked for more than a blood test. They need to be checked for common sense, understanding, and emotional maturity.
All right. Why don't you get it passed in the Supreme Court that only couples bearing a letter from their psychiatrist that they are well adjusted are permitted to be married?
You're impossible.
You are unbearable.
You belong in a nursery school.
Well, that would be much more fun than a home for fudgy duddies.
Okay, Corie, let's not get.
Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me. I don't want you near me ever again.
No, wait a minute, Corie.
No, I just even cannot look at you. I can't be in the same room with you.
Why?
I just can't. Not when you feel this way.
When I feel what way?
The way you feel about me.
Corie, you are hysterical.
I am not hysterical, Paul. I know exactly what I'm saying. It's not good between us, Paul. And it will never be again.
for Pete's sake, cry. Go on and cry.
Don't you tell me when to cry and when not to cry. I'm going to cry when I want to cry. I'm not going to have my cry until you are out of this apartment.
What do you mean out of this apartment?
Well, you suddenly don't think that we are going to stay here together after tonight, do you?
Are you serious?
I am serious. I want a divorce.
A divorce? What?
I'm sorry, Paul. I can't discuss it anymore.
Where are you going?
To bed. We can't say we didn't try.
For almost 2 whole weeks.
It's better than knowing it in 2 years
Or 20.
or 50.
Lucky, aren't we?
We are the luckiest people in the world.
Shall we go for a walk in the barefoot in the park now?